How's it going, guys and girls? Welcome to the channel. Today, I'm going to look at the latest balance update or hotfix that they've just released today. This is during Beta Weekend 2, and it's to do mainly with animals and things like that because there's a lot of people complaining. I know you guys are having trouble with bears and wolves and stuff. Bears are pretty damn solid, although there is a video on the channel on how to kill them really easily. So go and check that out if you're having trouble with the bears. But we're just going to take a look at this hotfix today so you guys know what you're downloading when you get the update. So, the hotfix says, thank you for your fantastic feedback on Beta Weekend 2 so far. I've been watching your streams. So, they watch the streams, which is really good. I love it when devs actually, engage in what the community are actually doing and playing and watch that. I'm reading your chats on Discord and social media with great interest and the occasional laugh. This hotfix has some changes that will greatly improve the gameplay balance. We felt that these were safe to make and also important enough for you to play. So we can confirm our approach before we refine Beta Weekend 3 content. Normally, they don't do hotfixes during the weekend, and they try to keep the experience stable, which I think is actually a really, really nice way of doing things. Like, okay, that weekend, things were broken, but, the game was at least stable for you to play, and then the weekend after, they'll have fixed all of those problems. I love that, but they do feel that this is something that was important to get in there now so that they can refine it for the next weekend. So, there we go. Try out the Beta Weekend. I've already got it, your sausage. Anyway, just remember, it is really cheap right now. Icarus is cheap right now. Go grab it. So it says experience from crafting increased dramatically. They made a lot of changes to the experience balance from Beta Weekend 1 already, but one area missing was the experience from crafting things. As an example, crafting a wall was only giving you experience of half of that of recovering a bush. What the object is made of is a big determiner of how much experience you get, but we hadn't balanced it since our last big changes. This will dramatically affect the pacing of the game. Previous to this update, crafting gave you effectively no experience. Now crafting things will give you plenty of experience and speed up your progress in the game. That's one thing I did notice since playing the beta is that you just have to chop. Like, you find yourself running around chopping a lot of trees. And as a creator, and obviously I'm sure all the other streamers and content creators out there feel the same way, you do feel like you're not offering much to your viewers, to the people who are watching. As well as, it can get boring for those who aren't creating stuff as well. So that's a really, really big deal that it's going to speed up the amount of XP you get, therefore the speed that you level in the game, and therefore can progress and get more things. Because obviously you've only got the weekend to do this as well. So they're obviously paying attention to that too. Like it. Player respawning. This is a big one. I like this. In a future beta weekend, they will be leaving your gear where you die for a period of time. I'm surprised this wasn't a thing anyway, because, your body is going to be there. But although, I don't know, I suppose the idea is you're dead. But yeah, so now, and not this weekend. It was too risky to add into a hotfix this weekend, but they're going to include it for next weekend, which is when you die, your bag or your body will be left in that place for a certain period of time. So you can go back and you can grab your stuff back. I think that's a really cool idea. Maybe to make it like have like a super hard mode, maybe they have it so that you can turn that off. Because that would be quite cool, like set it in like ultra super hard mode, like Arnold Schwarzenegger mode, where you can't get your stuff back. But being able to do that is amazing. We've also fixed an exploit where you had full survival stats when you respawn. This is no longer the case. I didn't realize that was an exploit. I just thought that was part of the game. Apparently not. So yeah, so you won't be getting full survival stats when you respawn anymore. Weapon damage rebalance. So they've significantly changed the way that weapons are balanced. Specifically, throwing spears will now cause significantly more damage. 2 to 4 times more, depending on the type of spear. That's really cool, because I did find throwing a spear was almost pointless because of the fact that you threw it, you've lost it, and the animal's going to come at you anyway. You might as well just stand there, take a couple hits, but stab it 4 or 5 times in the process. So that's cool. Projectile damage from arrows is increased. So your bow and arrow is going to be more useful. Again, I don't find myself using them, but I'll try that. I'll test that out today. Arrows now cause more critical hit damage, 10 to 25% more. Again, brilliant. Buffing up the bow and arrows, I feel, is very, very, very good. Rifle round causes more damage, and rifle round now causes dramatically more critical hit damage. Brilliant. Predator's Perception nerf. Now, this is what everyone's been talking about. So many people moaning about the wolves and the bears. Like I said, if you're having trouble with the bears, there's a video on how to kill them really easily. But everyone's been moaning about this, and they have listened, and they have hotfixed it today. The wolf now has its perception reduced slightly and has lost sight radius reduced, which means it's going to lose sight of you quicker. So you don't have to be as far away from the wolf for it to lose sight of you, and it's not going to notice you as easily. It only says slightly, bear this in mind. They haven't reduced it significantly, just slightly. The bear has its perception reduced slightly as well, so it's not going to notice you as well. Lost sight radius is also reduced, so it's going to lose sight of you quicker, and its hearing has been reduced dramatically. So I'm guessing the problem with the bears being able to, just hear and see you and notice you from freaking miles away was something to do with its hearing. They've reduced that dramatically, so we'll have to see how that pans out today. Miscellaneous changes, so these are just the other bug fixes that they've stuck in there. There was a small section in the BW3 playing area that was incorrectly set to be the Arctic biome, causing blizzards and storms that were killing people. This has been fixed. Right, so that's good. Reduce all aluminium recipe cost by a factor of 5. Wow, so that's a really big, that's 5 times less stuff, less aluminium you're going to need to make anything that needs aluminium. So that's a really big buff. Increased coal yield, again, another 20%, so you're going to get more coal. Reduced XP from oxide and sulfur. I don't know if that's going to be a big deal or not, but they've reduced the amount of XP you're going to get anyway from harvesting oxide and sulfur. And they fixed poison arrows because they weren't doing any damage or slow down over time. So there we go. That's a list of the fixes. Anyway, let me know in the comments underneath how you feel about it all, how you felt about the bears and the wolves in the first place. I was personally all right with it, but I know a lot of people were very, very, very mad. So let me know underneath in the comments. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want more updates on Icarus, as well as tips, tricks, and tutorials. And if you want to come hang out live, then check out the link in the description for my live stream channel. It's youtube.com/CallumXGames. Have a safe and amazing day. Try not to die by bears, although technically speaking, you should be able to hide from them better now. Have a great day, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.